I draw my last breath, I will make a masterpiece. Lightning blowing past my eyes, colors I've never seen. Everything is slowly connecting around me. I spent way too long trying to think of a band name, and I was playing with doing some sort of like spiritual figure or something like that, and joking of doing the name God and being like, oh, I'm gonna go see God at a show later today, and decided against that because it's stupid and super offensive. And then I started thinking about like tribal music and like just that really like vibe of like really soulful and like a little bit dark sometimes, and then just being like a legitimate tribal leader and just like leading people through a set of music basically. I'd say my biggest influences are probably the Bloody Beetroots, just because I love their sound and it's got that like really raw like techno, just want to go rage sometimes. Bloody Beetroots, Boys Noise, I love Boys Noise, I've always been a huge fan, and he just puts on like an amazing show. Those two, I think, are some of the few that really almost obviously like influence my music, just because it's more on the like the intense side. There are a lot of people producing like trip hop and I don't know, just sort of like chill dance music, which I love, and I'll listen to it, you know, every day, and I love going to shows and just like, you know, hearing it sound really badass on a live system. But I think a lot of times I take my music and bring it more intensely. I specifically want a more intense, I don't want to say like violent, but a show you can go and like let loose to, and you know, if you want to jump into a pit, you know, there's going to be one there, and there's going to be people like throwing down and like getting crazy and getting a little aggressive. It's aggressive, I guess, is what sets it apart. The live show is the only thing that matters, because that's when you're connecting with people. That's like the intense moment that you want. Like, I've been going to shows to let loose and like get crazy for, you know, since I was old enough to go to shows, and that's what I love, and that's what I want to like give back to people. And not that I'm like giving back, here's my gift to you, but just like I want to be in there with everybody, and what better way to be providing the music for that. That's awesome. Rule is the second EP out of 3 that I'm doing: Rise, Rule, and Fall. And Rise was basically just supposed to be like a really crazy, sort of dirty, not really produced well, just like intense thing. Like all the songs are kind of just lots of distortion, lots of gritty. And then Rule was sort of meant to be a bigger, a little bit more polished. The songs are like a little bit more epic, I guess, like less craziness going on, but more big like swells of bass and, you know, sustained notes and stuff like that. Honestly, I just want people to like listen to it and be like, dang, that sounds pretty badass. I want to go see that shit live. So I just finished the Rule EP and I just released it, and then my next show is basically gonna be a big lighting system where the lights are controlled by the different sound frequencies. So a certain set of lights are gonna be controlled by the high frequencies, a certain set for the mids, and a certain set for the lows. So it's gonna be all sorts of crazy things happening. And as soon as I finish that, I'm gonna do a big whole live show around it and get all my buddies, and we're gonna have a badass show. If you guys want to listen to any of my music, it's all free on SoundCloud. Just go onto SoundCloud and search Tribal Leader. It's going to be right there. Or you can go on Facebook, Tribal Leader Music. All my music is free. Feel free to download it, do whatever you want.